All right, Chief Meteorologist Natasha Ramsay here with a look at your forecast. It's going to be a busy one for you as you track in a system moving in.
Yeah, the busiest time for meteorologists is always the day before the storm gets here, because this is where I get to make like 109 graphics to show you what's coming, when, impacts, etc. And this is the system right here. So it has been impacting the prairies with snow and wind, but that little bit of pink, when you see those colors there, pinks and purples, that's when we start talking about freezing rain and ice pellets, and temperature matters as this system approaches. Here's what I'm noticing as well. All of the forecast models except one had about 3 or 4 degrees for Toronto today. Only one of them had 7, and we are currently at 7. That means all of the forecast models that we look at to come up with your forecast are running cold, and that may help to limit some of the ice and the ice pellets and the freezing rain and ice buildup. I'll get to that in a second. I do want to just show you what's left here of visibility issues. We had a lot of fog out there from yesterday through today, and what's left of the fog advisory is the tip of the Bruce Peninsula there, so places like Wyerton under 1 kilometer visibility. Let's get into the guts of the system now. Winter storm watch. This is a heads up. You're going to be looking at wind and multiple types of precipitation across the east and north ends of the GTA, all the way over to Clarington and Belleville. You get into Toronto, it's a special weather statement. So this is like a little bit lighter. We're like, yeah, we're still going to see some mixed precipitation, but the impacts may not be as much. And we're not looking at as much snow and ice pellets as I just showed you in the winter storm watch. The freezing rain warning, this is yellow level. So it goes yellow, orange, red. Yellow, meaning, yeah, there's going to be some ice buildup, but the impacts are going to last less than a day. You get into an orange freezing rain warning, and this is more ice, and that means the impacts could last a couple of days, especially if we get the weight of the ice on trees that will have the potential to bring down power lines and then increase that power outage risk. So for tomorrow, I need you to know this is starting around 2 a.m. while we're sleeping. That means the morning and the afternoon commute are going to be impacted. It's lasting about 22 hours, so it's all day long, starting near midnight, ending near midnight. Freezing rain risk here, it's moderate to high. This is for Toronto. I would put it high, though, for places over higher elevations. Your Caledons, your Kitcheners, your Waterloos, that little triangle would be right up here for freezing rain. So this is for Toronto. Snow and blowing snow, it's going to be moderate. We'll have wind gusts around 50 to 60 kilometers per hour, which is not really strong. So like if there are power outages due to freezing rain, it's not going to be because of the wind, it's going to be because of the weight of the freezing rain to the west of Toronto. This is not an ice storm for Toronto. I want people to know that. But because of the population and the fact that it's differing types of precipitation, the travel impacts are going to be widespread. You're going to have to call ahead for your flight for sure. So I said this all gets going overnight tonight as that temperature sits just below the freezing mark. If we don't drop to below 0, you don't get freezing rain. But we will likely drop to -1. So we're going to start off as pink. This is around 2 a.m. This is your freezing rain. Things are just starting to get going. You start mixing in snow and ice pellets, more so for the north and east ends of the city. So York and Durham, this is more snow, more ice pellets. Now I want you to keep an eye on the pink because that's your freezing rain. This is 6 a.m., 8 a.m., still freezing rain in Kitchener. Noon, still freezing rain, just starting to switch over to ice pellets in Kitchener. So this is the region we are most concerned with for freezing rain. Toronto at this point, through the lunch hour, we're going to start off as brief freezing rain, but it's mainly snow and ice pellets for Toronto. Now, that's good because the risk of power outages is low, but it's not good because it's still 5 to 10 centimeters of snow and ice pellet accumulation. And this is just as kids are heading home from school. We're into the snow. Everything is starting to ease around 5 p.m. Oshawa, you're going to hang on to this a little bit longer, closer to 8 p.m., and then we're done with it and we can breathe. All right, so let's talk about amounts. Rainfall specifically, straight up rain, liquid rain. This is mostly through the Niagara region and back towards the shorelines of Lake Huron. Now we talk snow and ice pellets. I'm putting Toronto in the 5 to 10 centimeter range. Yeah, you're going to have to shovel ice pellets mixed with snow on the ground here and could see up to 15 centimeters once you get north of the city. So this is significant snow. It's not a storm, but it is going, because of the changing types of precipitation, you're going to have freezing rain, then ice pellets, then snow, and trying to walk and drive on that is going to be difficult. Biggest freezing rain risk is going to be that highest elevation, that light purple, 5 to 10 and possibly up to 15 millimeters. For Toronto, yeah, we may pick up just a light glaze of ice before switching over to snow and ice pellets. What do these amounts mean? 5 to 10, 15? I don't know what that means, Natasha. Okay, well, at the minute we start talking anything over 6 to 12 is disruptive, 13 and up, crippling. And that's when you could be talking about power outages out for days, if not weeks. And that, again, is going to be over Kitchener-Waterloo. So that's the area we're most concerned for power outages. I'm going to keep the power outages for Toronto slight, just because the winds aren't too bad. We can handle 5 to 10 centimeters of snow. But for Kitchener, I'm going to put it high. So you'll want to make sure that you prepare for that risk of power outages over higher elevations. Even Caledon and Halton Hills, you have a chance at surpassing 5 millimeters of ice buildup. And then on top of that, I know this is a long weather, we've got winds that are going to be gusting 60 kilometers per hour. So the high tomorrow of -1 isn't going to feel like -1. It'll feel like -7 to -8 at the warmest point of the day. You can read the rest of the 7-day. I'm not even going to get into it. Friday, we've got some rain. We might see some more slight freezing rain off in over the Oak Ridges Moraine. That's Friday. Some flurries for the weekend. And the big deal for the long range is, oh yeah, we're cooling down again. Wind chills Tuesday morning into the -20s once again, Faiza.
Oh man, you put all that together and it's a lot in the next couple of days, Natasha.
I'm doing too much. It's DTM.
A bit too much, yeah. Thank you so much, though. We do appreciate this update.
Thank you.